I'm curious how you think about the state of customer success right now. Cause I think it's going through, I don't know, identity crisis might be strong, but there's like, it's calling different things, right? It's like customer
Yeah.
success, relationship management, account management. I see orgs doing all these different things. I'm curious, like, what's your take on what is the roles of a customer success team? And what should we call it today? And like, how do you think about, yeah, where are we at
Yeah.
as a industry?
Oh, if we had another hour just to talk about that topic, then that would be grand. But I think there's, at least in my mind, there's two major shifts that are happening within customer success. And I see them at sort of both ends of the spectrum when we talk about like segmenting out your customer base. One shift I'm seeing is this movement towards customer success teams being a lot more commercially focused than they have in the past. Interestingly enough, I've always worked in a customer success function where we were commercially driven, where we had not only the renewal, but also like upsell, cross sell, expansion. So I've always had a target within any company that I've worked in. But that wasn't the norm when I started out in customer success. It was a lot more relationship management. You had your sales teams still managing the commercial side of the relationship. And what we're seeing now is that more and more companies are moving their customer success teams to not only focus on the relationship side, but also on the commercial. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is that they have the continuity of the relationship. They know the account inside and out. Selling should be about value-based selling and not this transactional element that comes around once a year. But the other kind of thought process behind this is that sales teams need to be out there focusing on net new revenue and new logos. And that there's a lot of kind of commercial sense in leveraging your existing customer success team to manage the existing install base. So it's an interesting one because I've always been commercially focused, but I'm seeing more and more teams are leaning towards that direction. And for CSMs in particular, like that commercial skill set is becoming a lot more valuable when they go and interview for new roles because it's just so much more prevalent. Um, on the other side of the spectrum, I think what's super interesting is how AI is playing a role in this kind of one-to-many customer success at scale model. And selfishly now working for a generative AI company, like I'm super passionate about the fact that people that succeed in the future will be people who know how to use AI. So it's really interesting to see how AI can be used in the customer success journey for that smaller segment. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got to talk about AI because you brought it up. Like, do you think it'll be? I mean, is it just like customer support sort of goes away, and you'll just have these AI chatbots, or you'll just have much smaller teams? Like, I forget, was it Klarna, that company who came out and was like, "We reduce rate." I mean, that was a pretty crazy story. Or do you
Yeah.
think? Will it go beyond customer support? Is maybe my bigger question. I see it like obviously impacting there, but do you think it can even help with like more what a CSM relationship manager did? Is that kind of how you think about it?
Yeah, I think there's so many different applications for AI, and the obvious application is, oh, it'll replace humans, and instead you'll have chatbots. And like, sure, that's definitely one way that you could go about it. I mean, I'm seeing it tons in products where previously you would have just submitted a ticket to a support agent, or maybe you would have started a live chat, and now instead you're going to a chat bot and they're trying to figure out the question you're asking and pushing you information. So there's practical applications like that. But I think for me, where I'm most interested in it is that AI has the ability to reduce a lot of that kind of repetitive, like menial tasks that fills up a lot of time for a customer success manager, especially someone who's managing, 50, 60, 80 accounts. And so what I'm hoping that it does is it helps us kind of get to the answers quicker and know where we need to focus our time. So if AI could like help draft an email that I then tweaked once it had identified that there was an account at risk and that's where I needed to focus, that would be ideal. So I don't necessarily think that it should replace humans. I think it should just free humans up to do the stuff that really matters.